Hey everyone, my name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at some I Don't Work Here Lady stories, so sit back, relax and enjoy. No, you're the owner's daughter. So about a year or so ago, I decided I wanted to go to a bar. So I hit up a friend to go out that night. He had a family thing, but since we know the owner of the place, I figured I'd just hang at the bar until his arrival and have a pool table secured as well by the time he got there. So about 11 PM, I make my way to the bar, go behind the counter and fist bump the owner, explain my friend's coming and just hang out there with him and the only employee meanwhile. At one point, the owner goes out back to the bathroom and the employee goes to take a phone call outside, so I'm just drinking my beer and checking my phone as I'm in a hold the fort capacity. You know, don't let anyone else behind the counter since it's opened on the end and there's a sort of hallway leading to the pool tables on the back section. And if people get in behind the counter, well, that's where all the booze is. Enter the lady of the hour, about 20, blonde, air-filled head, we'll call her CB for Crazy Beach. I see her shaking her open hand over the counter on my peripheral vision, so I look up thinking it's maybe someone I know, but no, she just starts berating me. Oh my god, quit drinking on the job and serve us already. We've been waiting here for years trying to flag you down. Oh, no, I'm not cutting me out. And leave that freaking phone already. You're supposed to do your job. We want our drinks already. We're paying your salary, you lazy freak. Me losing my patience. Look, kitten, I don't work here. I'm just having a drink, so… Then her cutting me out again. Shut up, I'm the owner's daughter, so just make our drinks or I'll have my daddy fire you. Her friend by her had the most smug face I've ever seen, and at this point I lost it and broke out laughing my butt off. I turn around and see the owner rushing over with some guy behind him. Apparently this unsung hero saw the mess get started and went to get him. I grab him by the shoulder and in a panicked voice, "Oh God, owner, this is terrible." "What? What is it?" "You must have screwed someone when you were 10 or so, and this girl," pointing to the girl, "says she's your daughter. Whatever will you do now? Your wife is going to kill you." He caught up what was going on and started laughing, and then I broke down as well. He told the crazy girl and her smug friend to get lost. They sputtered something about her dad, but my friend just turned the counter's light towards his own face and said, "I own this place, get the heck out." The two smug princesses stood up in a huff and just left as my older friend walked in. They shoved him aside and then tried to slam the door, only to have it snag one of her purses and throw them both on the curb, without slamming the door, cause you can't slam self-closing doors. Oh, that is really embarrassing, especially sputtering something about her dad after the owner has come out and said, "I own this place." I don't work for you. Karen and I won't. I do a lot of work with lumber and sell the finished products to a select few clients, mostly smaller stores. This puts me into shops and markets fairly often, around 3 to 4 times a month, usually delivering the goods or picking up the trade-in stock/parts, depending on the arrangements. That said, I just got home from a drop-off and pickup routine, having scored a solid win with what I'll admit was a subpar retooled handicap-friendly working desk and cabinet pairing. In exchange, I got my hot little hands on a ridiculously underpriced black walnut I have plans for, meaning I am having an awesome day. Cue the arrival of the Wonder Twins at my workshop door, pounding loud enough that I can hear it over my music. My shop, my rules, my pick of the tunes. I walk to the door dressed in my flannel finery and fresh sawdust, not happy with anyone but the select few people who know not to knock if they can hear me playing music. I don't do walk-in customers nor allow visitors inside the shop. Then Karen speaks up. Did you or did you not build my husband a set of pantry shelves last week? Probably. I know that I definitely delivered some to a seller, yes, last month, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Whatever, we demand a refund. Take them out immediately. No, I don't do installation or removal. That's a not me department issue. You may leave now. Karen tries to jostle past me and get into the working area of the shop. Whoa, okay, this is a language barrier issue. See yourself out and don't come back. Like, ever. Nobody is going to be allowed inside of the shop. I demand a refund and I will be getting my refund immediately. I'll call the police. Have at it, cowgirl. I'll be pressing charges for what it's worth. I don't know you. Karen dials her phone, ranting and raving. I lock up the shop and monitor her for the duration. Karen, smugly, you're going to get arrested, you sanctimonious pillock. Sure. I'll be over here smoking a cigarette. I forbid you to smoke. Yeah, not going to happen. My property, my smoking rules. Kick sand, lady, I'm thinking. I smoke, she fumes, the police arrive and park in my driveway. This doesn't bother me, as I could give a rat's tuckers what my neighbors think. Arrest this man for fraud and assault. He threatened me. Me pointing to the cameras installed on my shop exterior, shrugging. Cue the cops nodding to what she's ranting about. Me retrieving the laptop from the dining room table and bringing it out to them. So, to help clear up some confusion, I can show you guys the video. Yes, please. Step over there, please. I oblige. They review the video. Karen suddenly changes the narrative. I'm her employee. Her husband is on his way to prove it. I stole stuff. What? I ask what it is that I purportedly stole, and for a description, none available. She's demanding access to the shop, saying she definitely saw it earlier in the day, definitely close to her lunch break. Double what? I tell the cops to scroll back to around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then she's changing the timeline to yesterday. Again, I ask for the specific time of day. Another change of narrative. Now I've stolen cash from her. Yeah, my patience died with that one. If she can't get or keep her story straight, allow me to do so with mine. I don't know her, her husband, or their many problems. I do know that she is trying to get into my shop, and I will be pressing charges for the attempts, plus trespassing, and being a expletive deleted, not my finest moment. Cops scribble their notes, take our names and details, escort her from the property, and remind her not to make it difficult on herself by returning. They make a reasonable request that nobody presses charges, which is cool with me. Karen required further discussion on the topic, and similarly obliges. I close up the shop for the night, sit on my front porch and wait. Doesn't take long before her husband shows up, not demanding a dang thing, just issuing well-worn apologies for his wife's behavior. We shake hands, share a few laughs, and I do indicate that I have no interest in being a part of any future direct transactions with him. I do point out where he can get more of my finished product, if he's so inclined, and off he goes to a place that I do not envy. I fired the client who gave out my address to Karen, and I stated that I would not be able to fulfill any future business with them. I don't mind the loss and can probably get a better gig if I wait for it. Suffice to say, it's not been a good day so far, on the average. If you are reading this, Karen, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you fall on your keys and stub your toes on Legos in the dark. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I wonder if OP ever found out why she was even there. Like, she wanted a refund, but why? Karen can't read. So this story takes place during the wonderful Christmas holiday week, where all of the entitled Richards, Karens, etc. come out of their war-broken shells of defeat to attempt at claiming someone's soul. Unfortunately, I deal with my fair share of entitled souls almost daily, as I work at an ISP, Internet Service Provider, as a tech support agent for the services we provide. I also work in the night crew, so when I finish my shift, it's already very late. So as you can guess, when I finish work, I can be quite drained. And on one merry night, I decided to drive to my local mall cart to get some shrimp for a shrimp cocktail dish I was going to make with a Christmas lunch for my family the next day. When I entered the store, I went straight for shrimp, but had to go through a few aisles of other products of food and ended up coming across a cute old lady in one of those automated wheelchair deals. She ended up asking me for help to find some products, as she could not read well. So I ended up assisting her for about 15 minutes through the aisles until she was content with what she had. She ended up thanking me and chatted with me for a couple more minutes before we separated and went about our ways. It took me a moment to remember what I was going for, but then as I started to leave, my nerdy oh shoot senses tingled, and I felt it. The cast. A Karen, 5'4", dirty blonde, looks like she started smoking when she was 12, wearing sunglasses at 11 PM at night, has knee-highs, heels, some kind of fashionable skirt and jacket deal that she got from a Target sale of half price, looks like she is a mid-40s mum trying to relive her bad high school days. Me. 6'4", Asian, wearing a black jacket and business casual clothing with my ID from work on my belt, and a random employee. Intense tapping on my shoulder begins, followed by a Karen attempting to spin me around by grabbing my arm, but I was so focused I kinda just nudged and looked behind me. What do you want? Karen hands me a shopping list. Yes, I want you to grab a boogie and find me this list of items. No. I drop the list of items as I start to walk away. Karen gives a surprised Pikachu face. Excuse me? You will take this list and do as you are told, you little shoot. First off, you are the literal little shoot between us. Second off, I don't work here. Third off, I am fairly sure this store will not act as… Karen, pointing at the ID on my belt. Don't you lie to me, you worthless, pathetic shoot. I see your ID. I know you work here. Now, you will do this right now, or I am going to contact your manager and corporate and have you fired. Okay, so you are smart enough to see that I have an ID, but not smart enough to read my ID. I grab my ID, bringing it closer to her face each time. Can you read that? Can you read that? Can you read that? How dare you assault me? I am going to call corporate and have you fired. Me showing my resting witch face and walk away to the shrimp. A random employee comes to the aisle to speak to Karen and ask what is wrong. Now, my hearing is a bit shot from being screamed at over time over the phone, so I only heard bits and pieces, but the gist of their conversation was her demanding I get fired, asking for corporate's number, and the employee is more than likely telling her I do not work there. This proceeds to me have to turn around at the end of the aisle. Hey dummy! Yes you! Take off your sunglasses! This isn't the 90s version of the Matrix, I still don't work here. Karen now has a red Pikachu face without the lightning. I proceed to walk away and grab the shrimp, purchase it and leave the store. I haven't heard of the Karen yet, so I can only assume she could not read my ID that had my company name etc. on it. Yes, it was ballsy and probably not the best thing to do, but at the end of the day, who cares? It was a great shrimp cocktail. Oh, and Happy New Year's to whoever reads this. Happy New Year to you as well, I hope the shrimp cocktail was lovely. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more videos like it, then click on screen right now. And if you never want to miss out on a video, then hit subscribe, but I will see you all very soon.